Mally Boy.
Trying to get up, stretch those legs.
Miss Ray.
Gorgeous, gorgeous face.
Big Farmer Andy. Zoe Carter.
Tails there. Perfectos.
And Lady Barbara.
They're all going to download TikTok.
Maybe unfamiliar to some, but in the world of social media, particularly TikTok, they're among a growing number of farmers fast becoming household names.
If you really want to make a difference, you need everyone to see it.
There's a great disconnect between the people doing the work and the people eating the food. And we need to bridge that gap any way we can.
Meet Peter Valance, a third-generation mixed farmer at Tempe in the Victorian Valley. Better known as Mally Boy to many of his 760,000-odd followers, he was one of the first Australian farmers to take off on TikTok.
Morning, how are we going?
Peter first started posting on TikTok to pass some time in the tractor and capture his ageing cattle dog, Spud.
I've told you before, we've gone through this once, we've gone through this 100 times. You are not being replaced.
Spud and his younger offsider Pip have certainly become popular co-stars.
Pip, this might be your best sheepdog impersonation yet.
But it's the mischievous and not always welcome guest star in the middle of the pack who has taken centre stage.
You gotta be kidding me. Walk up the hill, turn around. Here's Patrick! Bugger off, you creep. No, we don't want you around here. Go on, get out. Creeping hard.
Patrick, go back to your goats. Those are sheep. We've talked about this. You can't be harassing the bloody sheep. Your goats are over there. Yeah, you better run.
What does she actually do on the farm?
Nothing, not a thing. She hangs out with the sheep and the goats, and she's supposed to be a bit of a herd guard, but you're not real good at your job, are you, mate? So mostly she just stalks the dogs around the farmyard and just has a great time, lives her best life. Patrick?
What started as a bit of fun on a hot day has turned into an obsession for many viewers.
Go on, in you go, you suspicious bugger.
With some Patrick videos watched more than 10 million times.
Patrick, Patrick, Patrick. All we want to know about is Patrick. Patrick this, Patrick that. What does Patrick think? There! Are you happy now? Are you not entertained? Barbara, you're ruining the shot!
I can't put a finger on what it is about Patrick. I think it's just the floofy nature and the big eyelashes that bring him in.
I'm back!
The alpaca was originally a gift for Peter's mum. While Faye is often part of the filming these days,
Mum's just dropped off some parts for us.
she initially had no idea her present and her son had a growing legion of fans far beyond the farm gate.
Oh, I was a little bit shocked, actually. I went into town in Oyen, where we do a lot of our shopping in the supermarket, and some friends of mine said to me, "Oh, I hear Peter's TikTok famous," and that was the first I'd heard of it. I hadn't even heard of TikTok hardly.
Brenda! That is not for you! That is for the children! You're starving your children! Alan, you are the worst sheep ever! Go over there with the rest of them! Where on God's green earth do you think you're going, young man?
Peter has given his fans even more of what they like, christening a whole cast of new characters as he goes about his day-to-day work.
If you're gonna be like that, you can bloody walk, Dave.
Righto, listen up! Who does it belong to? It didn't just fall out of the sky. Oh, Barbara. Keep your children together, thank you, Barbara.
Who is Barbara?
Oh, well, you know, every sheep's a Barbara, but not every Barbara's a sheep.
What the bloody hell's going on here? Oi, mate. You right? Having a snooze and everyone's buggered off on you. What a stitch up. I reckon they're over there, mate. Just over there. No, I'm not giving you a lift. No, mate, this isn't an Uber.
I think there's about 10,000 comments on that video, and I reckon about 9,500 of them did Dave make it home okay.
With a little bit of help, Dave found his way home.
People get very invested very quickly, which is good because we can teach them stuff whether they realise it or not.
Peter, who also has 30,000 followers on Instagram, is all about education. With a classroom that can go anywhere, there are no shortage of subjects. Today's lesson is landmarking.
Got this young fella on the stand here. We've got him held up so that we can dock his tail. And unfortunately, mate, we're going to take away your manhood today.
And whether it's livestock or grain, this is a classroom where all questions are welcomed.
Okay, so the yield is the measurement of weight of grain that comes off a specific area of paddock.
People from all walks of life, from all parts of the world, that were coming in and asking questions and stuff like that. And I just went, what an amazing opportunity that is to connect someone who knows absolutely nothing about agriculture with someone who can give them the right information.
Well, mate, I'm glad you are. This stuff here is called heliotrope, and if the sheep eat it, they will die. A very slow, painful death. That is why we are spraying.
Scrutiny is also something he's getting very used to, even over some of the most loved videos.
First of all, Pip is a working dog. She needs to run a very long way every day to get the exercise she needs to do so that she can do her job when she's not working. Okay, I don't force her to run. She will literally beg me to go for a run, and she will run until she's had enough, and then she'll get back in the ute.
How often do these sorts of comments come up?
Every day. Every day. You got to take it in your stride, and you can't get mad at someone for their opinion. That's the important thing. You got to kill them with kindness, facts, and everything you can. You can't get mad at them and just react, because that's not productive for anyone. Well, it looks like someone's pretty keen to see what's for lunch.
With a global audience, the questions can be surprising.
Gather round, people. The great wonderment and joy has arrived. The mighty salad roll. For all of those people that kept asking me yesterday, what is a salad roll? Americans, you need to get your lives together. You mean do I have beetroot in my salad roll? Of course I do. I'm not a monster.
There's no doubt many come for his humour.
Quick little weather update for you. Oh, she's moist!
But Peter says the ag industry shouldn't take social media platforms lightly.
Young people move very quickly, and they want their information as quick as possible.
I think out of all the platforms, TikTok is the key to showing city people what rural people do, because the reach is just phenomenal. Like I literally can put one video out and I've had one go out and it reached 36 million people. No other platform does that.
SA farmer Mel McGorman runs a sheep feedlot with her husband Ryan northeast of Adelaide.
What's the average weight?
Becoming a social media influencer was the last thing on her mind when she first got into TikTok.
Oh, that's good. They'll be happy with that. My auntie asked me to get TikTok so I could monitor her children on it, and I thought, I might post a few things that happened over the summer when the Cuddly Creek fires came through. I was right in amongst it. We were trying to save sheep, we were trying to get through roadblocks, and I documented the whole thing, and it really took off because everyone in the whole world was watching Australia at that time. Ready, set, go!
From the lows to the highs. Most days, Mel McGorman, or Lady Barber as she is known to her 160-odd thousand followers on TikTok and 14,000 on Instagram, is more focused on capturing the positive side of living on the land.
Brilliant. I think a lot of city people see a lot of content out there that's of sort of devastation and heartache. But really, living on a farm is really nice, and my kids love growing up on the farm, so I like to show them all the cool toys they play with, the day-to-day jobs, and all the funny things that happen behind the scenes.
Barley. Barley is what the sheep eat. You got it? Yeah! Giddy up, Randy!
While this environment may be second nature to her family, she's quickly learning from the comments she receives just how foreign it is to many.
This generation are happy just to say, like, what on earth? I thought they killed a sheep to shear it. And that prompted me like, oh my God, they don't know. They don't know what goes on. So I really try to emphasise how we shear a sheep, the positions the sheep go in, why we do it like that, and I compare it to maybe their family dog that might get clipped, and that can take up to 45 minutes or things like that, whereas this can happen in 45 seconds.
How many sheep have you shot?
197.
All my shearers have got very used to having the camera right in their face.
So number 200, and how much do you get paid per sheep? $4.
I love showcasing them. I love showcasing jobs that don't usually get seen.
The reality, though, is this is a sheep meat business, and an intensive one, which they started from scratch to try and support a growing family.
It's amazing what you can do when you start with nothing, but we've definitely grown it into being one of probably the most innovative feedlots around. We're small, but we're very, very efficient. G'day guys, behind me are some lambs.
The family has cut costs by automating the feedlot.
Inside this special casing is a sensor, and every time the sheep eat the grain away from this sensor, it turns the whole machine on. As you can see, the grain's coming out of these special holes, and once it's full and the grain hits the sensor again, it turns itself off. I get a lot of questions about why do you feed animals grain? Why aren't they out in the paddock? Why aren't they eating grass? And all I need to do is just show them a panorama of my property and say, well, if it doesn't rain, it doesn't grow.
Like Peter Valance, Mel McGorman uses her platform to try and clear up misconceptions.
For instance, when people eat lamb, they think you're eating a little tiny baby lamb. So it was really important for me to show them what a lamb is. Lamb classification is anything from this size to this size. We use their teeth to define if they are still a lamb, like they are in this picture. But when the two front teeth fall out and they grow big adult teeth, like in this picture, they are now a hogget.
Hi guys, it's Farmer Mel here, and while we've been celebrating National Agriculture Day, I've partnered with Australian Good Meat to show you how the red meat industry is striving to be more sustainable and how we plan on being carbon neutral by 2030.
Solar plant?
As farmers have really found their feet on social media, peak agricultural organisations like Meat Livestock Australia and the Farmers Federation have started to see their value. Not just as educators, but also as promoters of an industry that is increasingly under siege from animal and vegan activists.
At the end of the day, we just want animal farming to be as sustainable as possible, so my family can keep feeding your family the best red meat in the world.
We're all on social media, and you do see influencers spreading the word about fake meat burgers and things like that and promoting them. And I think there was a group of ag people that really thought, wow, if they're pushing that and a lot of people are listening to it, we really need to push back. I've got it on recording now. You're going to hold it? Can you see Anna and Mummy?
While Mel's whole family is well and truly used to the camera now, her husband was sceptical about the power of social media at the start.
Just the general why are you wasting your time kind of thing, and then I guess it all just has happened so fast since then, so I probably had to eat my words a little bit.
In fact, it's led to TV opportunities, including a spot in the Big Brother house, new off-farm income, with Mel now doing social media for other companies, and some lucrative spin-offs on-farm, including more contract feeding.
That's the end goal. How can we bring it back to farming and bring in another stream of income or value add to what we're already doing?
What up, farm? So we're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's a lovely night.
Someone else sharing their day-to-day life is sixth-generation farmer Mark Merritt, who helps run the family's sheep and cropping property near Coniva in Victoria. But he's gone down a different path. After starting with short videos on Instagram, he set up a YouTube channel.
I found some American farmers doing some longer form videos. When I started looking for some Australian people, I couldn't find any current content. So I talked to my wife and she said, well, why don't you have a go?
What up, farm? What up, farm? What up, farm?
He may have a catchphrase that started as a joke with his brother.
What up, farm? How you going? So we're out here. We've got the wheel track renovator that we've borrowed on the back of the tractor.
But this is a farmer who likes to go well beyond snappy one-liners in his video diaries.
And what we're trying to do with this job is when we're spraying in the middle of winter and it's wet and boggy, our sprayer leaves tracks. So what we're trying to do is to cover the tracks up and flatten it all off so that we don't have more of a problem for years to come. I love the process of farming. I love from sowing seeds in the ground and seeing them germinate as plants right through to harvest. It's just a process that really amazes me. I got an early start, I got to watch the sunrise, and I got the drone up and saw what my pattern looked like. You can see here, we've just skip rode most of the way across the paddock. Yeah, there's no reason I'm doing that, just because I thought it would be cool.
Cool patterns aside, Mark loves to show just how precise farming's become.
I really like to highlight the use of technology and GPS and yield mapping and everything else that we use on our farm, just to show people how advanced farming really is. We're not just farmers, we're technology experts, and we're doing a good job.
Technology hasn't just made farming easier, it's made telling stories about farming easier.
The advances in camera and filming technology and technique, it's just made it very accessible to anyone who wants to spend a few dollars and have a go.
Mark's YouTube channel now has enough subscribers that he gets paid for advertising. He initially thought those watching would be more city-based, but his videos are largely connecting with people who have a similar passion for agriculture.
My audience is farmers. Farmers and young farmers, young kids keen on farming, and I just never really realised how beneficial and encouraging seeing your own farming practices on the internet would be. Just like that, we're into the wheat harvest. And so far, it's looking pretty good.
As well as celebrating the highs, he's conscious of talking about the tough times on the land, like when the season delivers a last-minute blow.
I know that some fellas that have had some damage watch these videos, so my heart goes out to you fellas. It really is heartbreaking to watch other people go through that. It's probably tough watching me harvest these crops, but yeah, our turn will come, I'm sure of that. It's just a game of farming. We just put the new fitting on the trough.
Helping out behind and sometimes on camera is someone with a lot of experience in the game of farming, Mark's dad. He wasn't sure what to make of his son's hobby at the start.
Well, at first he was a bit cautious about it. Now he's really proud of me and the videos and the farm and seeing it all on the internet. And now I can see my very important passenger has arrived. Hey! You got your lunchbox!
And as up-and-coming farmers continue to embrace tools like social media.
Got your little working boots on? Just like Dad's?
Mark hopes there will be far more authentic and accurate agricultural content for people to see.
I think there is a big change happening in agriculture from just a very closed farming system more to opening the doors and just showing everyone what goes on.
Oh, it's too cold out there for us, boss. We're going to sit in the ute.